Welcome to another episode of In the Zone PC with me, your host, Marcellous Mitchell. I hope you all have had a great day today or will have a great day today. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe so that you will not miss another episode. And if you also haven't already, go back and watch episode 1 as they are in sequential order. And I don't want to lose you here. But this one here will be about the job that I got working out here in the city. Thank the man above for sure to be in this position. And for anyone who's looking to relocate and move to a new city, get the job first. Secure the bag. You gotta have the job first. It just makes more sense. Okay, so to move on to the job, how I got the job. Indeed, first I applied for the job. Had a resume. My resume kind of spoke for itself. Got the call off the resume. And anybody looking to apply for a job, create a resume. You know, your resume will do a lot of speaking for you. A lot of speaking. You can never have too much on a resume as long as it pertains to the job that you are applying for. It was extremely fitting for me. I'm not gonna lie, when I did apply for this job, I applied to jobs that had to do with fitness, in a hospital, like rehabilitation. So my degree is in exercise science, so I knew I wanted to go down that path. So didn't have to do too much adjustment to my resume. There was 2 parts to the interview. The first part was a test, something similar to the FCAT. A lot of math, alphabetizing. I think I said that right. Alphabetizing. A lot of alphabetizing. Let me not try to say it again. Putting things in order. High level understanding and comprehension, which was fitting, made sense, right? I know a job like that in office, you don't want anybody coming there working, man. It's true. It's definitely at a high level environment like that. And I haven't really been challenged in an interview kind of like that, and mainly because I'm just young and the job process as well and working. But I'm definitely glad I got to experience that interview process. And then after I did that, I got 100 on that test, by the way. Being interviewed by the doctor. And if you haven't been talk to a doctor and I'll say interviewed as well. That's what I was gonna say. Interviewed by a doctor, it is one like no other. They're basically going to get everything out you. Felt like he was just looking right through me. Good thing I got some good stuff inside of me that it was able to come out, and I was able to secure the job. It was definitely very conversational. I know he felt like he's the owner of the office too. I know he felt like there was no question that was too personal. He asked me, do I smoke? What's my eating habits like? What's my daily routine like when I wake up? Am I a man of God? Do I read the Bible? Do I even read at all? Where do I see myself in 5 years? And, what's my dream job? I know some of those are some generic interview questions. And I do want to say, obviously, in positions, you want the job, but it's really extremely important to be transparent, because most people are definitely going to up themselves up in the interview process. And I'm telling you this from my young experience. 9 out of 10 times, you're going to come back to earth and you're going to be yourself. And if you was yourself in the interview process, and you still got that job, when you become yourself, when you kind of fade back down and you are yourself, there'll be no problem. Hakuna Matata. There'll be no worries, because they knew who you are in that interview process. So it's really important to be transparent. And to share one of the questions with you guys about, the one I shared to answer it is, what's my dream job? And the answer to that question is, I don't have a dream job. I have a dream position, dream status, and that's basically, Doc, to be in a position that you are in, interview other people. That's my dream job. Well, I'm not gonna say job again, but position. Obviously that is a job, but I see myself kind of in a leadership role, man, and that's kind of where I wanted to be. So with me saying that there directly to him, he knew for a fact that I wasn't planning on being there for the rest of my life, and I still got the job. So it shows you how transparency can still work in the interview process when you wanted the job. So what the job consisted of, my title, case manager / strength and stability coach. Dare I say coach? Still coaching. With the case manager part of the job, people will come in with chronic complex illnesses, such as neuropathy, chronic knee pain, chronic degenerative knee pain, chronic shoulder pain, back pain. And what I would do is I would basically track their cases throughout their 12-week period, 16-week period. I believe we had some 36 patients sign on for 36 weeks too. So I definitely got to build some relationships with people, being a case manager there. First time they come in, my first point of contact with them is doing a pre-assessment video. This is when they have signed on. We do a pre-assessment video. Where they at now? How's their walking ability? We do a verbal interview assessment, and we do a physical assessment. That's something we have something to fall back onto, where you can be able to track to see where they're at towards the end of the program, which is a great idea by the doctor. So during the process, I would put them through our automated therapies. We got the knee on track, which is a decompression of your knee joint, where it's just kind of basically pulsing your knee up, basically help you to be able to unlock that joint, which I didn't know, but I can spend this whole this session telling you about the things I didn't know prior to getting this job. But the knee has to be able to unlock. The knee unlocks and then bends when you walk. A lot of times people have pain is because that knee's here and it's just rubbing on each other. So we had that just kind of help breaking that knee up, pulsing it, getting some space. I did that out of some hoop runs, jumping out on that concrete and stuff, So I feel like my tissues, I don't want to be all, metabolic and sciencey here with you. But, I felt my knee was kind of tight. I had to lubricate it a little bit, open it up, let them joints actually lubricate on themselves. So we had therapies like that. We had the same thing for the back, the lower lumbar system. Had one for your neck joint. We had a PEMF, pulse electromagnetic field, which actually helps recharge the cells. We had the brain and body, which is basically like a breathing machine. Tracks your heart rate and just the amount of, actually deprives you of oxygen, and then it actually gives you a surplus of oxygen, as oxygen is what the body needs and the tissue needs to rebuild themselves up when you're having the pain. So it is interesting to see how that works and how the body works. Our big slogan, the MO, is no drugs, no surgery, injections. So it was none of that, which was kind of easier for me. Well, I ain't gonna say easier, better suited for me, because I did no surgeries. I don't like injections, and I don't like drugs for recovery. So there's definitely a big connection on there. It's so fitting to have a job where everything you believe in, everything the job stands on, you believe in. So next part of the process is I will assist the doctor in the non-surgical operations, where he will go back and do lengthening and strengthening of the muscles, and I would assist him. Mainly, most of it was by hand. We did do trigenics. We have an ergo flex gun and a rapid release, where we kind of used to basically penetrate the muscles in the body, which was great. I definitely used them myself. So they're legit. I'm pretty sure they're probably expensive for just a person to kind of use on their own, as I never seen somebody with them outside of that doctor setting, that office setting. But yeah, he after a while I got to use these things on my own, perform some of the trigenics on my own. So it's experience and things that I learned that I can take on for my life forever. Obviously, I'm not out here just practicing assist on the general population, as most of this stuff you need the resources, you need the table and things like that as well. But it was definitely something, if I'm ever in a medical setting again, somewhere else no longer down the line of my life, I still remember those things, and I can take them on with me, as I believed in everything it was to do in that office. The things that I excelled, as you all know, is just building relationships, connecting with the people. We probably had about 50 patients or people walking in a week that I'm tracking their cases and everything, managing their cases. And I would say I built 50 good relationships. Now, there were people who came in monthly or quarterly throughout the year, which I didn't really get to see them or spend much time with them as much. But I would say that's something I excelled at, man, is building those relationships. So much to the fact that I've connected with some of them on a personal level, haven't saw them outside of the work setting. Actually, I have. That's how much I connected with these patients. They've been wanting to spend time with me outside of the work setting. I got a book given to me by one of their patients. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to spend more time in my life with some of the patients I've been able to build there. So that's something I excelled at. I guess it's not really much part of the job as I truly do think it is. But to give you something I did excel at in the job, that was the strength and stability part, as that's a lot of stuff that I did at University of Mount Union during my undergrad. So building up programs to help people during the rehab. So we would do specificity training, so to say, and isometric strength and stability exercises, mainly for the knee joints. So being able to put people in positions where they're only using just that muscle in that joint, that can help really strengthen it. Shout out to Ben Patrick, the knee over toes guy. We definitely created our program off of the information Ben Patrick had out there. So if you are into strength and stability, tune in to Ben Patrick on YouTube as well, or read his book, The Knee Over the Toe Guy by Ben Patrick. So that's definitely something I will continue as well. And some things that I struggled at was the paperwork. Your boy did not like doing paperwork. Don't like doing paperwork. So I want to make sure I'm in position for the rest of my life where I can avoid paperwork and delegate to somebody. The office is short-staffed. Becky, the office manager, me as the case manager. We had front desk people in rotation, in just cycles. There was a hiring and firing process there, and quitting. Shout out to Joanne. She was a good front desk person that I did connect with, and definitely a friend I got out of her for life. But sometimes I had to answer calls, but my job did consist of me going back and entering and tracking the information and what therapies I did with the patients. I would get behind on that sometimes, and that could be about a half work's day. If I screwed around and didn't tighten up and stay on top of that paperwork. What it was like working with a doctor, an experience like no other. We all know doctors are, perfectionists. I'm not gonna say perfectionists because God's actually the only perfectionist. So I'm not gonna put that in the atmosphere. I'm gonna say they're dying to their craft. They expect perfection. Expect perfection from everything you do. And I know I've been like a minimalist where I sometimes be like, kinda, I use the word kinda and small things like that, and he used to always say, no, don't say kinda. You know, be assertive with your words. Do things with full force, you know. I remember copying a sheet of paper, and I didn't have the straight line edge on there, and he's like, throw it all away and redo it again. You know, little things like that. The way I laid my hands on patients, obviously that is extremely important, putting your hands on people. But the certain way I'm gripping, you know, their arms or their legs when I'm doing the trigenics, down to the color of the trash bags. Like he is to the T. One time we have a couch out in front of the office. The cushion we take up at the end of the day, I had the cushion on the chair. There was a little cricket a little bit, and he made it make sense. Hey, Marcellus, no one's gonna come sit on a cushion chair or come to office that's helping, well, that's working with people who have imbalances and things like that. You have a imbalanced basically cushion on the chair. Doesn't make sense. And I'm like, you're right. You know, I had to go out there and fix it, which I did, you know. So things like that, you know, is definitely a challenge every day to try to be the best me I could be. He's a deep level thinker. Sometimes he would read my mind and know exactly what I was gonna do, and then I'm knowing he's trying to read my mind, and I have to now try to do something that he don't think I'm gonna do sometimes, and we just, but being that bond, you know, that's just me. You guys, well, you probably don't know, but I am an overthinker, and I like challenges, and I like to be in environments like that. So that is definitely something that I love every day. Like, I love being in those type of positions. Things I'll never forget, you know, working at this job for the rest of my life, is just kind of how doctor office jobs are. Like, end of the day, it's a business, you know, when you're really selling people on things, and like understanding that not all doctors are correct. People were coming to my office because they're at previous doctors, and they told them one thing, and it wasn't true. They came here and doctors told them they needed knee replacement, total knee replacement, and they didn't need it. It was able to help optimize their recovery and have them feeling better, you know, without the surgery. Because surgeries don't guarantee you will get better. And like I said, our biggest slogan was no surgeries, no injections, no drugs. So a lot of other people are against that as well, and that's why they also came and referred to this office. So that's something I'll never forget, you know, that all doctors are not operating in the best faith, so to say. You know, don't like to put it that way, but that's the case. That is the case, because a lot of people come and say how doctors did this to them and told them that, and it wasn't true. And I even saw at the end of the programs how people were totally better and hugging me and embracing me and crying and saying thank you, Marcellus. And that was just so fulfilling to me, that I'm able to help people that way, because it's for life, man. Like, your body's for life, and so it's to that level of seriousness. You have to take care of your body, you know, to be able to keep going, or it can affect you how you live, you know, so to say, the retirement part of your life, the last few years of your life. So it definitely made me want to amp up the way I'm living my life, my lifestyle. Lunch, the doctor ate like a rabbit, you know, and I'm making sure I got my beans, my rice, my chicken, eating right, you know. But I kind of got to see like a different side of things, you know, like with lunch, and growing up in a southern home where we ate those type of meals like that, you know, which is not really good for you as well over a substantial period of time, because Your gut is your second brain. And if you continue to destroy your gut or put things like that in your gut, it will affect your brain. Obviously, it'll affect your physical appearance, but it'll affect the way you think. So, and it'll affect your nerves and your blood system. It's just a lot. It's a lot I can get into with that. Which, stay tuned and subscribe. I will give a video just more about that. Just kind of like a informative video. More that for the people who's looking to change their lifestyles, becoming a healthier lifestyle. So in the midst of that job, I do kind of revert back a little bit. The hurricane did happen. Still pray for Southwest Florida, and I ended up having to get another job during that time because the office was shut down for a whole month. So I went back to where it all started with Wally World. Got a job at Walmart working overnight, and it kind of, that was the challenge. Like I said, that was the challenge, being able to work overnight and then wake up again in the morning and go to work again. It's crazy to think now I am talking about health and all this stuff, and for sure that wasn't a healthy decision by me. But I'm big on listening to the motivational guys and people of success in this world, at least to my definition of success. And they said sometimes to get to success, sleep is something you have to sacrifice, and that's something that I did. Obviously, I'm working to make more money, working back at Walmart, doing overnight stocking. But you never heard no one say they have enough money or they have too much money. So that was also a blessing to be in a position where I can make more money. But if I was thinking about it in the grand scheme of things, or what am I really doing? And that's basically giving back to the community. And that's what kept me going on the nights where I didn't want to wake up, to keep going. Obviously the bag, I'm going to be real with you. The bag did, securing the bag. But I'm giving back to the community, putting out more product, doing certain things like that too, People coming there at all times of the day, getting self-sought, getting stuff off of the shelves, picking it up, and I'm just being there to be able to restock it. And love the environment, love the overnight environment. I've been able to educate myself with earbuds in, locked in, working and building relationships there as well. So I do have some videos from working at Walmart, working with Walmart and at the doctor's office that I will share with you guys. If you have any more questions just about this doctor's office job, please feel free to comment them below, and I will come back and answer some of these questions that you guys may have for me. But all in itself, again, I'm extremely a blessing to be in this position, working hand in hand with a doctor. The doctor's degrees in his studies with addiction recovery, a neurologist, functionologist. He knew the body inside out. Was able to educate me on how the nerves is extremely important, how your brain is extremely important, in your gut, and to really control and watch what you eat if you plan on living a substantial lifestyle. And not only was he able to educate me in those things, he was able to kind of instill a healthier lifestyle in me, just being around him and just the lifestyle. And that he turned a switch on in my brain of just in life in general, of just wanting to strive more to level success, because at the end of the day, he'll always say it is a business, Marcellus. It is a business. The goal is to help people. Obviously that's what we're in, the helping business, but it is a business. And keep it business, man. That was kind of his main thing. Business is business. So again, thanking Dr. Davis for the opportunity. Blessed to have met everyone I work with, working hand in hand with Becky G. Thus to this far, my most inspiring co-worker. Inspiring is the word. Motivating co-worker, work ethic compared to no other. I will show her as well in my next video, as I do have a day in the life video I will up to you guys, which will also kind to slow a little bit of this down that I'm spewing out to you guys today. But all in all, thank you for tuning in to another episode of In the Zone PC with me. Again, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will be seeing y'all sooner than later.
Hi, how are you? Because I know Joe's left-handed, I have to be careful where I sit.
Get a toast here.
Okay.
Toast up, Norma, to a better, active, healthier life. Let's go. Toast it. Okay.